I heard about Ignite Retreat through my cousin who came to UT about 4 years ago when he was a freshman.
Whenever I got a brochure in the mail, my mom and I both read it, and we were both really excited.
I actually heard about camp through my sister. She signed me up without me even knowing about it.
I heard about Ignite from actually their website, ignitetexas.org.
I heard about camp from my roommate Ashlyn. I came back for the start of the school year, and she was like, "Lauren, I've been to this awesome Camp Ignite," and she told me all about it.
My first experience as an Ignite camper, at first it was kind of overwhelming, going into an environment where you knew absolutely no one, and I knew no one at Ignite, but I also knew essentially no one at UT, so I was just coming into the general environment, rather friendless. But I came into Ignite, and it took me about an hour before I realized that I was among some truly spectacular people.
To be honest, at that point I was in a very broken part of my life, and I went into it thinking, oh, it's just another church retreat. And like, honestly, for me, what God did there was something a lot different than what I expected.
My camp experience was awesome. I just thought all of the counselors and the co-chairs and the prayer team, wow, that's bad. Turn that off.
I'd never been a counselor before, or even a camper for any camp, period. So like, I had no idea what I was doing, but God totally provided, and I just, as soon as I got there, it was like I knew exactly what I was doing, and it was totally a God thing.
The time of worship definitely was a high point, but also the small group was a very important time for me. It was the first time that I'd really gotten together with a group of guys to talk about where we were and who we were.
Everyone was really kind. You could tell that they were really excited, genuinely excited to meet you. Very quickly, we became friends. I got to meet some of the other counselors there.
Ignite during the year is deeply rooted in prayer, and we see that as one of the most essential things that keeps the retreat going, is just the power of the Lord and how He can truly work through us.
I think what I remember most about being at Ignite as a camper is just the messages that were preached. And I remember specifically there was one sermon about God's will for our lives, and I think as an incoming freshman, we're always so freaked out and anxious about what are we going to do with our lives, what's our major, and like we want to plan out our entire lives right then and there. But God just really assured me then and there that His will and His utmost desire for me is simply to know Him and to worship Him. And so definitely that was one of the turning points in my life.
The most impacting part of Ignite for me as a camper was definitely the ministry fair. That was the time when I first met the church that I ended up partnering with. It's also where I got to meet various ministries that were at UT, and it's also where I got to talk with members of Ignite about eventually coming on staff and being a member there.
I love Ignite. I love the people. Ignite has given me some of my greatest friendships in college. I live with 7 other girls in a house, and I believe 5 of them I met as a camper at Ignite. So I've known these women for 4 years, and over those 4 years, I have marked them as my greatest gift in college and one of the greatest blessings of my entire life. Meeting these girls, knowing these girls, just living in community with these people has changed the person that I am, and I know it will continue to change me for the rest of my life.
One of the things that I've seen is that the people, the campers, the counselors that come up through Ignite tend to make really great leaders in other Christian organizations on campus.
For the next 4 years, freshmen at the University of Texas, you will be loving and you will be serving them and you will be spreading the gospel on campus. So that's why I love Ignite, and that's why I joined it for 3 years.